What's up guys, this is Sunny back with another video, and today I have another budget Hackintosh build for you guys. Now this build is really budget build. Like I mean, under $200 I managed to build this Hackintosh. Now if you guys do like this video and you guys want me to make like a part 2 video, then give this video a thumbs up and also subscribe and leave your comment in the comment section so I will know you guys want a part 2 video. Now I always make part 1 and a part 2 video because I know you guys don't like 30-minute long video or 40-minute long video. That's the reason I would always like to make 2-part videos. So the first one basically share with you guys my build, how the build is running and how stable the setup is running. And if you guys do like this setup and you want to go with a similar setup, then I will make like a part 2 video. So let's just jump into the parts real quick. Alright guys, so starting with the motherboard, we have here Lenovo M91p motherboard. Basically this motherboard from Lenovo's small form factor desktop computer. So it's, this motherboard is the M80X motherboard. Also this motherboard does support LGA 1155 CPU, so you can go all the way from Core i3 all the way up to like i7 2600, and also you can go with like Pentium processor and Celeron processor also. This motherboard was really cheap. I picked up this motherboard for $14, but I think right now this motherboard going for around like $20. Also, you guys can see this motherboard does have 4 RAM slots, so you can go all the way up to like 32 gigs of DDR3 RAMs. And also there is a full-size PCI 16X slot, so you can install a graphics card obviously. And there's also, you guys can see there's like SATA 2, so you can connect up to like 4 hard drives and a regular 24-pin power connector and a 4-pin CPU connector. Alright, let's look at the I/O real quick. So this motherboard does come with 6 USB port, not USB 3 but USB 2, but again that's good. This motherboard does come with 6 USB port, really useful. And also it does come with a Gigabit Ethernet, and then we have our audio interface, and then we have DisplayPort, and then VGA. Now remember, if you're using like a Core i5 processor 2400 and you're planning on using the processor built-in Graphic HD 2000 for macOS, you can, because macOS doesn't support Intel HD 2000 graphics. So you have no choice but using a discrete graphics card, and that's the reason you can go with like a RX 560, RX 470, or even a cheap RX 460 graphics card. Now there's one problem with this motherboard. Just because this motherboard is from a small form factor computer, so this motherboard doesn't support graphics card with the TDP higher than 120 watt. I did test this motherboard with RX 480 and RX 580, and all I got black screen. Now I did test this motherboard with GTX 1060 because GTX 1060 TDP is around 120 watt, and GTX 1060 was working perfectly fine. So I want you guys to keep that in mind before you buy this motherboard, because you can go with only graphics card with 120 watt TDP. Now I'm using a cheap ATI HD 6450 graphics card, 1 gig of DDR3 just for testing purpose, but I would recommend you guys to go with like a better graphics card. Also I'm using a single 8 gigs of DDR3 1333 megahertz RAMs, but I would recommend you guys to go with at least 2 4 gigs RAMs and run both of the RAMs in like dual channel. So I'm just using one of my spare SSD just for testing purpose, Biwin 64 gig SSD, but I highly recommend you guys to pick up like maybe a Kingston A400 SSD 120 gig if you're planning on buying one new. Definitely recommend this SSD. I'm still using the stock Lenovo M91 cooler for now. Maybe down the road I'll pick up one aftermarket. And the power supply, I had a EVGA 450 watt 80 plus bronze power supply later on. Picked up this power supply from Newegg on Black Friday for $22. So let's just look at the performance. Alright guys, so you guys can see we are running macOS High Sierra, not macOS Mojave, just because of the graphics card is not supported by macOS Mojave. Alright, The profile set to iMac 27-inch. We are running Core i5 CPU, 8 gigs of RAM, and the graphics card AMD ATI 6450 graphics card, 1 gigs of DDR3 memory. And also you guys can see the storage. Like I said, the storage just for testing purpose, and the memory we have 8 gigs of DDR3 running at 1333 megahertz. Now let's open iMovie and show you guys real quick how smooth. You guys can see smooth transaction. Now I'm recording the screen with QuickTime Player, you guys can see, and that's why you might see little lag because I didn't use the capture card. My capture card doesn't work with DVI, only works with HDMI. And you guys can see the transaction, okay, really smooth. And I've been playing around with this build for almost like 2 days already because I wanted to make sure before I make this video. And overall, I love the way this computer was performing. I didn't get to render any video yet. Maybe I'll render this video, I'm not sure. But you guys can see, you know, overall it's just a great budget build. Now let's try maybe XCode real quick. Okay, so let's just close iMovie and let's just show you guys how XCode runs on this computer. So you guys can see we are opening XCode right now, and we are just going to open this project. I don't have anything saved there, but you guys will see how fast and smooth XCode are running. Let's just open those emulator. Okay, and let's see. So it does take little time here because again the SSD we are running right now of SSD we are running of SATA 2, so the SSD speed not all that great, but still not too bad. Okay, let's close that. Let's quit and let me show you guys Geekbench score because I know you guys do like to see Geekbench score. And let's close that and let's open Geekbench real quick. I did take a screenshot, so you guys can see iMac 14.2, that's the profile, and then single core score is around 2946 and the multi-core score is around 8781, and that's pretty good for a i5 2400 CPU. I think that's a pretty good score. Alright, so let's look at the Cinebench score real quick. So you guys can see the OpenGL score is a bit low, 14.30 FPS. That's because we are using a very cheap graphics card for only $12, ATI 6450 graphics card with only 1 gigs of DDR3 memory, and I'm okay with that OpenGL score. But if you guys want better like graphics performance, definitely go with RX 470 or 570 graphics card. Now let's just jump into browser and let's just jump into my YouTube channel so you guys can see how the browser working. All right, so if you didn't subscribe to my channel yet, guys, please consider subscribing and supporting the channel for content like this. That will help me a lot. So definitely you guys need to support Tech Tunnel Life YouTube channel. I'm really looking forward to hit 10k sub, and I will also have a giveaway when I hit 10k sub. So hopefully you guys will help me get there. You guys should definitely check out my website, www.techtunnellife. There's a lot of useful stuff in my website, like you can see like product reviews there, personal setup link. So if you like something you see in my video, you can just go through personal setup and you'll find links, a store tab, benchmark, and then some useful links and stuff. You can also contact me by going to the contact tab, and then you can email me if you have a question. So I know maybe some of you guys are wondering right now if the sound is working. Yes, the sound is working. Basically I had to use like a custom kit, and with that custom kit the sound is fixed, working. This motherboard use ALC662 audio, so yes, if you guys are wondering, audio is working. Real quick, let me show you guys. If you go to so you guys can see there's a folder right here. If you guys want, I can leave that folder for you guys in the video description. And I think that's like the same case works for, I think, Dell 790 also, I'm not sure, but this case works with Lenovo M91p. Alright guys, if you guys have any other question, please leave in the comment section, and don't forget to subscribe and stay tuned. Peace.